All right, that fresh tattoo might look flawless now, but you know, Florida's intense sun could not only fade it fast, but put it at risk of an infection at the same time. The proper aftercare and sun protection are critical to keeping your ink and your skin safe at the same time. Joining us this morning in studio is Goldwasser from Bed of Roses Tattoo. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
This is timely.
He rolled up his sleeves.
I rolled up my sleeves because I'm like, wait, all right, we've got some tattoo saving tips here, and I'm all in here. So, you know, how did you start tattooing here? How long have you tattooed for?
Yeah, of course. I've been tattooing now about 7 years. I graduated college, and I always wanted a tattoo, and it can sometimes be a really difficult thing to get into, but I found an apprenticeship here, and I'm still at the same shop I learned at, Bed of Roses.
That's amazing. Were you always an artist, like drawing growing up?
Yeah. I feel like my parents always kept me busy, gave me art supplies and stuff, and then you do anything long enough, you fall in love with it.
So here in Florida, skincare is so important. We've talked about it a lot here on the show, especially in the sun, and we've got heat advisories in place left and right here. You were out in the sun for a long time yesterday at Legoland.
Yep.
You obviously try to avoid it, you say, as much as you can. And is that important for people who have tattoos? Is that something to know? I mean, people want to be out on the beach. I see people out there with tattoos all the time, but how do you protect them?
Yeah, of course. I mean, like during the healing process, you definitely want to avoid it at all costs. The UV rays are going to break down the pigment, cause fading, cause slower healing. But after it's done healing, a good SPF, reapply it, and it'll help protect that skin over a long time.
The sun, too, I've noticed on people's tattoos over the time, the sun really can damage all that work that you sat there in the chair for. Tattoos can last a good decade before really you need to ever really get them touched up, but people can really make that a shorter session and have to come back in a lot more often to get them touched up.
Of course, yeah. The sun literally breaks down the molecules of the pigment, so then your body absorbs it. So it's literally like through a little sifter in your body.
You have hand tattoos, which are very cool. It's one of the first things that I noticed, and I think that's really popular, especially for women. What else do you do to protect them? Because your hands you wash a lot, obviously. Does that wear it down too?
Yeah, like anything abrasive, right? So like your hands have the most wear and tear. They bump into things and stuff like that. We definitely advise our clients when they do get hand tattoos that you're more than likely going to need a touch up in the future. But like I stand behind my work, so if it does fade or it does need a touch up, I'll usually have them come back in and we'll do another pass over it.
Awesome. Hey, by the way, you've kind of created your own aftercare tattoo product here. What Wonder? Tell us a little bit about this.
Yeah, so after 7 years, I started wanting to provide something for my clients, something that I can stand behind. So Wonder is a natural plant-based aftercare that is non-oily and absorbs into the skin really well, and it's unscented as well.
Almost like a balm, is it looks like, is that what it is? Or?
Yeah, I kind of tell people like it's the power of a salve or a balm, but like feels nice and professional, like you would get it at like a drugstore.
And this isn't immediately, this is for obviously after you get your tattoo, but can you use it like a couple years after that too?
Yeah, of course. It's good enough to use when you first get it, and if it's good enough for that, you can use it throughout.
So two things, because I think everybody is, especially when you're surrounded by them, you get the urge or the interest of like, if I were to get one, if somebody was watching right now, they don't have a tattoo, what would you suggest to start with in terms of, is there something, should you draw something on yourself for a while and see how much you like it?
Just like you would get anything else done, like do some research, find things you like. If there's certain styles or something that's personal to you that's like super memorable, do some research, ask your friends who maybe they've gone to, and then once you vet those people out, you know, reach out to them, and you know, we're professionals, we'll guide you through the process.
And lastly too, I know Jameson all too well knows the scary things of the sun and different spots that you need to check out. When you have a sleeve like this, you both have them. What does that do in terms of just keeping up with your own skincare? If you're every year you want an annual skin check, you have some fair skin. You both have fair skin. I do too. If you want to have it checked, is that covering? Is that masking anything?
I'm not a doctor, so I definitely would leave it up to them to make those decisions, but I think preventative care is always the best case scenario. So keeping up, reapplying SPF, staying out of direct sunlight. If you get burns and stuff, make sure to take care of them, keep your skin moisturized. That's your best approach.
I just got my dermatology check last week, and she was going over this thing with a fine tooth comb, trying to look in there really, really well to see if she saw anything. But I use a moisturizer every day on my arms, especially where a lot of my tattoos are, to with an SPF in it, to just kind of keep it in check and to keep it safe as possible.
Perfect.
Goldwasser, thank you so much.
An extra reminder to use that SPF.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us today. Bed of Roses Tattoos, where can we find you online if we want to look you up on social?
My Instagram's Goldworks, and then for Wonder, it's Wonder Tattoo Care.
Perfect. Thanks so much for coming in. We
Thank you so
appreciate
much,
it. You're
guys.
talented.
Thank you.
So are the guys you work with.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey.